Greetings to all. Welcome back to Online Plus. It's me, Gayatri, social teacher. Today we are going to learn a small chapter from history. Before that, we should know what is history. History is the record of the events of the past. History is the record of the events of the past. The father of history is Herodotus. Let's see the lesson. The title of the lesson is Early revolts against British rule in Tamil Nadu. Early revolts against British rule in Tamil Nadu. The British defeated France in the Carnatic Wars. Totally, 3 Carnatic Wars were there. The 3 Carnatic Wars were fought between Britain and France. That is, English East India Company and France. The English East India Company was established in 1600 in England. The first Carnatic War was fought in between 1746 to 1748. Second Carnatic War started in the years 1749 and lasted till 1754. The Third Carnatic War was from 1758 to 1763. Totally 3 Carnatic Wars. In these 3 wars, France was defeated by Britain, that is English East India Company. However, the local kings also opposed the British. The first resistance was from Polythevar. Polythevar ruled Nerkattam Seval in Tirunelveli region. Other chieftains of Tamil Nadu like Varunachi, Veerapandiya Kattabomman, Maruthu brothers and Theeran Chinnamalai also opposed the British. This is known as the Karus War. Okay, so the war between the Tamil chieftains and thus British people were known as what? Polyacrals War. The Polyacrals War was responsible for the outcome of a Vellore Revolt. The Vellore Revolt was started in the year 1806. Next we will see Polyams and Polyacrals. Polyams and Polyacrals. Polyam means little kingdom. Polyam means little kingdom or military camp. The British called the Polyacrals as polygars. Okay, the British called the Polyacrals as polygars. Poligars. Polygars. Polyacrals means holder of a little kingdom. Okay, Polyacrals means holder of a little kingdom. This Polyacral system was in practice during the rule of Prataparutra Deva. The Kakadiya ruler of Warangal. Okay, Kakadiya ruler of Warangal. In 1529, Vishwanatha Nayaka became the Nayak ruler of Madurai. In 1529, Vishwanatha Nayaka became the Nayak ruler of Madurai. He introduced the Polyacral system in Tamil Nadu. Okay, he introduced, that is Vishwanatha Nayaka, introduced Polyacral system in Tamil Nadu with the help of his able minister Ariyanathar. It is believed that traditionally there were 72 Polyacrals. How many Polyacrals? 72 Polyacrals. The Polyacrals collected revenue, administered the territory, and they maintained law and order. Okay, collected revenue, administered the territory, and they maintained law and order. Their police duties were known as Padikaval or Arasukaval. Okay, Padikaval or Arasukaval. Now, Eastern and Western Polyams. Eastern and Western Polyams. We know there were 72 Polyacrals. Okay, 72 Polyacrals. Among the 72 Polyacrals, the Eastern and Western Polyams were prominent. Okay, Eastern and Western Polyams were prominent. The Eastern Polyams were Satur, Nagalapuram, Yettayapuram and Panchalam Guruchi. Okay, Satur, Nagalapuram, Ettayapuram and Panchalam Kurachi. Satur, that is in Virudunagar district. Nagalapuram, Ettayapuram and Panchalam Kurachi were in Thoothukudi district. ஊத்துமலை, தளவன்கோட்டை, நடுவன்குறிச்சி, சிங்கம்பட்டி and Seithur. Seithur, Seithur, Seithur were the prominent western palayams. Okay, ஊத்துமலை, தளவன்கோட்டை, நடுவக்குறிச்சி, சிங்கம்பட்டி and Seithur were the prominent western palayams. The Polyacrals dominated Tamil politics. Okay, the Polyacrals dominated Tamil politics in 17th and 18th centuries. 17th and 18th centuries. Now, this is a time to learn about Polyacrals revolt. Okay, Polyacrals revolt. That is from 1755 to 1801. 1755 to 1801. The Nawab of Arcot had borrowed money from the East India Company. Nawab of Arcot had borrowed money from the East India Company to meet the expenses of a Carnatic war. Okay, to meet the expenses of Carnatic war. But he couldn't pay the amount in time. Okay, couldn't pay the amount in time. So the British got the power of collecting land revenue from southern Polyacrals. But many Polyacrals opposed to pay taxes. So the British branded the defiant Polyacrals as rebels. Okay, they were considered as rebels. The British accused them that they are trying to disturb the peace of the country. They are trying to disturb the peace of the country. This led to the conflict between English East India Company and the Polyacrals. Okay, so conflict started in between the English East India Company and the Polyacrals. Revolt of Pulithevar. Revolt of Pulithevar. This is the next heading. So 1755 to 1767. In March 1755, Mahfuz Khan, Mahfuz Khan, the brother of Nawab of Arcot, sent a huge army to Tirunelveli. Okay, in March 1755, Mahfuz Khan, the brother of Nawab of Arcot, sent a huge army to Tirunelveli under the leadership of Colonel Heron. Leadership of Colonel Heron, Heron, Heron. They captured Madurai easily, but Pulithevar defied, that is opposed the authority of the British. Western Polyacrals supported Pulithevar. Heron abandoned his plan and went to Madurai. He was recalled and dismissed from service. Next, Battle of Calakkad. The Nawab sent 600 more Sipais to Mahfuz Khan. Already 1000 Sipais were there, that we know. Now 1600. Mahfuz Khan had the support of cavalry and also foot soldiers from Carnatic. Okay, but before Mahfuz Khan stationed his troops near Calakkad, 2000 soldiers from Travancore joined the forces of Pulithevar. Okay, 2000 soldiers from Travancore joined the forces of Pulithevar. In this battle at Calakkad, Mahfuz Khan was defeated and Pulithevar got spectacular victory. Okay, Pulithevar got a spectacular victory. Next, Yusuf Khan and Pulithevar. This Yusuf Khan had another one named Khan Sahib. Okay, Khan Sahib. With the help of Raja of Travancore, Tirunelveli Polyacrals, led by Pulithevar, opposed Nawab's authority. The British sent Yusuf Khan, but he was not prepared to attack Pulithevar because the big guns and ammunition didn't come from Tiruchirappalli. The English were at war with the French. the Marathas and with the Hyder Ali. Okay, the English were at war with the French, the Marathas and with the Hyder Ali. So the artillery arrived only in September 1760. Artillery arrived only in September 1760. Yusuf Khan began to capture Nerkattam Seval fort. Yusuf Khan began to capture Nerkattam Seval fort. This attack continued for about 2 months. Okay, continued for about 2 months. On 16th May 1761, the three major forts of Politevar, Nerkattam Seval, Vasudevanallur and Panayur. Nerkattam Seval, Vasudevanallur and Panayur came under the direct control of Yusuf Khan. Okay, came under the direct control of Yusuf Khan. Nerkattam Seval, Vasudevanallur and Panayur. These are the three major forts of Politevar. Next, fall of Politevar. Okay, fall of Politevar. Yusuf Khan was negotiating with the Polyacrals without informing English East India Company's administration. Okay, without informing English East India Company's administration. So he was charged with treachery. He was charged with treachery and hanged in the year 1764. 1764. After the death of Yusuf Khan, Politevar recaptured Nerkattam Seval. Politevar recaptured Nerkattam Seval in the same year, that is in 1764. So Yusuf Khan's death was in 1764 and the recapture of Nerkattam Seval was also in the same year, that is 1764. Anyhow, in 1767, Politevar was defeated by Captain Campbell of British Army. Okay, 1764. Politevar was defeated by Captain Campbell of British Army. But Politevar escaped and died in exile. Politevar escaped and he died in exile. Here we have to remember one famous hero, Ondiveeran. Okay, famous hero, Ondiveeran. Ondiveeran was the leader of one of the army units of Politevar. Okay, one of the army units of Politevar. He caused much damage to the company's army. It is believed that in one battle, Ondiveeran's hand was cut off and Politevar was saddened. Okay, Politevar was saddened. But Ondiveeran said it was a reward for his penetration into enemy's fort. Okay, it was a reward for his penetration into enemy's fort and causing many heads to roll. Okay, causing many heads to roll. Look at the patriotism of Ondiveeran. Next, we will see Velunachiyar. Okay, Velunachiyar. Velunachiyar was born in 1730. Okay, Velunachiyar was born in 1730. Her father was Raja Sellamuthu Sedupati of Ramanathapuram. Okay, her father Raja Sellamuthu Sedupati, that is, he is from Ramanathapuram. Velunachiyar was the only daughter of this royal family. Okay, only daughter of this royal family. The king had no male child. The royal family brought up the Princess Velunachiyar, training her in martial arts like Valari, stick fighting, and to wield weapons. Wield means use, how to use weapons. So, Valari, stick fighting, and to wield weapons. She was talented in horse riding and archery. Horse riding and archery. Archery means practice of shooting arrows with a bow. Practice of shooting arrows with a bow. She was familiar with the three languages: English language, French, and Urdu language. Okay. At the age of 16, Velunachiyar was married to Muttuvadigar. Velunachiyar was married to Muttuvadigar at the age of 16. Muttuvadigar was the Raja of Sivagangai. Okay, Raja of Sivagangai, Muttuvadigar. They had a daughter by name Vellachi Nachiyar. Okay, Vellachi Nachiyar. In 1772, the Nawab of Arcot and the company troops under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Bonjour attacked the Kalayar Kovil Palace. Okay, Kalayar Kovil Palace. In this battle, unfortunately, Muttuvadigar was killed. Okay, Muttuvadigar was killed in the battle. But Velunachiyar escaped with her daughter. She lived under the protection of Gopala Nayakar at Virupachi. She lived under the protection of Gopala Nayakar at Virupachi near Tendukal for 8 years. For 8 years. During her period in hiding, Velu Nachiyar organized an army. Okay, organized an army. She made an alliance with Gopala Nayakar and Hyder Ali of Mysore. She made an alliance with Gopala Nayakar and Hyder Ali of Mysore. Talavai. Talavai means military chief. Talavai means military chief. Talavai Tandavarayar wrote a letter to Hyder Ali on behalf of Velunachiyar. Okay, on behalf of Velunachiyar, Talavai Tandavarayanar wrote a letter to Hyder Ali of Mysore asking for 5,000 infantry and 5,000 cavalry to defeat the English. Okay, 5,000 infantry and 5,000 cavalry to defeat the English. Velunachiyar explained in detail in Urdu all the problems she had with the East India Company. Okay, Velunachiyar explained in detail in Urdu all the problems she had with the East India Company. She conveyed her strong determination to fight the English. Okay, she conveyed her strong determination to fight the English. Impressed by her courage, Hyder Ali provided the required military assistance. Okay, Hyder Ali provided the required military assistance. Velu Nachiyar employed agents to find where the British had stored their weapons. With the military assistance from Gopala Nayakar and Hyder Ali. You know, Gopala Nayakar was the Polyacral of Virupachi. With the military assistance from Gopala Nayakar and Hyder Ali, she recaptured Sivagangai. She was crowned as a queen with the help of Marudu brothers. Periya Marudu and Chinna Marudu brothers. She was the first female ruler to resist the British colonial power in India. Here we should remember the faithful friend of Velunachiyar. Okay, faithful friend of Velunachiyar. Kuyili was the faithful friend of Velunachiyar. Kuyili was the faithful friend of Velunachiyar. She was the leader of the unit of women soldiers named after Udayal. Udayal was a shepherd girl. She was killed for not giving information on Quayle. In 1780, after setting herself on fire, Quayle walked into the British arsenal. Arsenal means a military establishment for storing. And destroy all the ammunition. Okay. In 1780, after setting herself on fire, Quayle walked into the British arsenal and destroyed all the ammunitions. What a faithful friend Velunachiyar had. Now we will see some important years and events. 1529, Vishwanath Nayaka became the Nayak ruler of Madurai. 1746, beginning of First Carnatic War. 1748, end of First Carnatic War. 1749, beginning of Second Carnatic War. 1754, end of Second Carnatic War. 1755, Mahfuz Khan attacked Tirunelveli. 1758, beginning of Third Carnatic War. 1761, capture of Nerkattam Seval. 1763, end of Third Carnatic War. 1764, death of Yusuf Khan. 1767, defeat of Polytevar by Campbell. 1806, Vellore Mutiny. Let's recall the lesson. This lesson we learned a lot of things. The three Carnatic wars, chieftains of Tamil Nadu, Varunachi, Kattabomman, Marudhu brothers, and Theeran Chinnamalai. Karus War, Vishwanatha Nayaka introduced Polyacral system in Tamil Nadu. Duties of Polyacrals: Padikaval, Eastern Palayams, Sathur, Nagalapuram, Ettayapuram, and Pancharam Kurichi. Western Palayams, Uttumalai, Talavankotte, Naduvakurichi, Singambatti, Seitur. Revolt of Polytevar, Battle of Kalakadu, Yusuf Khan and Polytevar, Fall of Polytevar, Onti Veeran, Varunachi, Gopala Naik, Koile under sacrifice, and so on. With this, I finish today's session. I'll meet you in the next session. Okay, children? Thank you.